Good evening. In my last session, I have discussed about the components of food, and there you have learned that there are some important components of food. They are actually carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamin, minerals. So today we will learn that if there is any deficiency of these components, what will happen? What are the diseases that are caused by the deficiency of this component of food, of these components of food? So let's start with some very common deficiency diseases. They are, first one is night blindness. The component which is responsible for night blindness is vitamin A. Deficiency of vitamin A causes night blindness, and the symptoms are poor vision and loss of vision. You often noticed that sometimes in older age your grandparents are having the problem of disturbed vision or loss of vision or poor vision. That is all about vitamin A deficiency. As vitamin A is deficient in their body, that is why they are facing that problem. So night blindness is there in our body just due to the deficiency of vitamin A. So in that case, you have to take the food which is having vitamin A in a good quantity so that it can balance the deficiency of that vitamin A. Now next one is vitamin B1. When vitamin B1 is deficient in our body, because of the deficiency of vitamin B1, the deficiency disease that is caused is called beriberi. What is the name of disease? Beriberi. What are the symptoms? Weak muscles and fatigue. Weak muscles. The muscles have become weak, and the person is feeling fatigue all the time. Fatigue means weak, very nausea type, very weak and very tired. Okay, that is called beriberi. So when vitamin B1 is deficient in your food, the disease that is caused is called beriberi, and the symptoms are weak muscles, fatigue, etc. Next one is vitamin C. If vitamin C is deficient, the deficiency of vitamin C causes the disease that is called scurvy. In scurvy, you are having bleeding gums, and it is very common disease in our body. Whenever you are brushing your teeth, sometimes you will notice that there is bleeding from your gums. So that is due to the deficiency of vitamin C. So you should take vitamin C in a good quantity, and that is found in lemon, the sour, lemon, the tamarind. In those sour taste, you can find vitamin C. So you should take those food supplements which are having vitamin C. So this is the actual cause of scurvy, that means bleeding gums. Next one is ricket. The deficiency of vitamin D causes the disease that is called ricket. Ricket, what is the symptoms of ricket? Bent bones. Sometimes you have seen some people who are just bending down towards the ground. Their whole body is bending down, and their hands, their feet, all are just bending. So in that case, they are facing the deficiency of vitamin D. That is why they are having rickets. So you should take vitamin D in that case. Next one is osteomalacia. That is due to the deficiency of calcium mineral, osteomalacia. In that case, weak bones, tooth decay. The symptoms of osteomalacia is weak bones and tooth decay. If you are facing the deficiency of calcium in your body, you are having weak bones and your tooth will be decayed very easily. That is the main symptoms of osteomalacia. Next one is iodine. Due to the deficiency of iodine, someone should face the disease that is called goiter. What is goiter? Goiter is actually swollen neck. In some human, you have seen that the neck portion has been swollen. That means he or she is facing the disease that is called goiter. It is nothing but due to the deficiency of iodine. Next one is iron. Due to the deficiency of iron, we all know that the disease that we must face due to the deficiency of iron is anemia. We often heard the term that you are anemic. That means you are having the iron deficiency, and in that case general weakness and fatigue will be there. That means the hemoglobin count will be less in case of anemia, because hemoglobin is necessarily made up of iron. Iron is very much required to make hemoglobin. That is why when we are facing anemia, that in that case actually you are facing the deficiency of iron mineral. Okay, so these are some deficiency diseases and the cause of those diseases. One, night blindness because of vitamin A, beriberi because of vitamin B1, scurvy because of vitamin C, rickets because of vitamin D, osteomalacia due to calcium deficiency, goiter due to iodine deficiency, and anemia due to iron deficiency. So these are some deficiency diseases which are very common in our body. Now let's move on to dietary fiber. This is also a component of food and it is very important component. The fibrous indigestible food present in any food is termed as dietary fibers. The fibrous indigestible material that is present in any food, that is termed dietary fiber. In our food there are some fibrous material which are indigestible, and these are called dietary fibers. Why they are needed? They are actually giving the bulk to the food. Whenever you are taking any dietary fibrous food, you will feel very full. That means you will feel that yes, you have eaten something. That is why the fibrous food are needed. It helps in preventing constipation. That is the main function of dietary fibers. It prevent the very common problem, that is constipation in our body. So dietary fibers actually they are actually preventing constipation. So in which foods will we get dietary fibers? Those foods are salad, vegetables, sprouted grains, fruits are the source of dietary fibers or roughage. So dietary fibers are also called roughage. So what are the foods that will give us dietary fibers? Salad, vegetables, sprouted grains, fruits are the main source of dietary fibers. Okay, so next is last but not the least topic of this chapter, that is balanced diet. We have learned about the main components of food, we have learned about the deficiency diseases, we have learned about dietary fibers. Now what is balanced diet? You know, in today's society there is a very common profession, that is dietitian. Why dietitians are needed in our society? Because they can prescribe the proper diet in our life. what type of diet should we take, so that in that diet all the components will be available, so that our body can get the proper quantity of food components. So what is balanced diet? Balanced diet is nothing, the diet which contains all the essential nutrients in the right proportion is called balanced diet. It is containing all the nutrients but in right proportion, neither very high or very low, it is in right proportion. That is why it is called balanced diet. The food must have all the nutrients in proper quantity. The food must have all the nutrients in proper quantity. What are the nutrients? Carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamin, mineral. So all the components should be there. Either if any one of them will be missing, your food is not completed. So that is not the balanced diet. If the components are proper in quantity, then only we can call that diet is balanced diet. So that balanced diet should provide required energy. Balanced diet is needed because it is giving us the required energy, the energy that is required in our body, that can be gained only from balanced diet. So deficiency of any one can cause disorder. Deficiency of any one component can cause disorder. That I have told you, that deficiency of any one can cause deficiency diseases. So we should take balanced diet where every components are in proper quantity. So today we have learned about some very common deficiency diseases and about dietary fibers, and last but not the least about balanced diet. These 3 points are very important in your 6th class exam. So please study properly and point wise as I have told you. So this much for today. Thank you.